Yeah. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV. In the house like kitchen sinks. Reflecting as I so often do. Now, before I get into this afternoon story, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning that anytime I bring you a video or story, guess what? It's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there, your boss is getting on your nerves, co-workers talking too much, talking your head off. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Let's say you're trying to lay down and take a nap, or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're viewing or listening to this video. Or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life experience / life story. This is the channel for you. If you like your 8, 10, 12, 15-minute videos, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kens TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, there is a message. I was thinking back, and oftentimes, man, they say when you go through trauma, hard times, rough times, whatever you want to label it as, you often have these things on your mind. You have dreams about them. You have nightmares. I don't really have a whole lot of nightmares, but I do have a whole lot of thoughts as far as being in the penitentiary. 3-time loser, man. Struck out 3 times. I told you all the story about Erica in the penitentiary. Now, Erica was a transgender. I have a second story about Erica just as well. Now, Erica is the name that, call me Erica. I never referred to Erica as Erica. I referred to Erica as E. What up, E? And that's just what it is. So, before you jump in my comments and, hey, man, how you going to refer to Erica as a she? I'm not referring to Erica as a she. But on the yard, Erica went by Erica. Again, I refer to Erica as E. I'm in the penitentiary. 7, 8 years ago. Now, at this particular moment, I'm not in the penitentiary. I'm at a camp, a kiddie camp, Blackburn Correctional Complex. Lower level inmates. It's a minimum camp. You can only go one level lower, which is community. I wasn't community custody, but I was minimum. There's no fence. It's laid back. You within 4 years of going home, typically, if you're at a camp. Now, although you're at a camp, don't get it twisted, because you still got some gorillas. You still got some... See, the thing about it is, your charges doesn't necessarily define you. I seen some dudes that was in there for the lightest of charges, child support, petty theft, checks, whatever. Maybe they got high on the streets, maybe they didn't. But they would get down with these. They was could be very, very violent. But when you find yourself at a camp, it's like, okay, some people just automatically go straight to a camp. Some people, they start behind the fence, behind them walls, them lions, tigers, goons, bears, gorillas. Yeah, the ones that I always speak of. And they stay out of trouble. They get good conduct, clear conduct, and their levels go down, and they can go to a camp to where the environment is so much more laid back. So when you hear some of these YouTubers on here talking about, they did their entire time behind the walls, behind the fence, and maybe they did. I'm not saying that they didn't. A lot of people do. But you bet your bottom dollar that if they had an opportunity to go to a camp, they would have. See, when you behind those walls, it's a whole lot of just tension in the air, misery in the air, man. You're around people that's never, ever in life going home. You're around a whole bunch of zestiness that is just out in the open. You might just walk in a room or walk in a shower and see 2, 3 dudes getting it in, and you, oh, my bad, turn around and walk off like you didn't even see anything. There's a whole lot of that goes on behind them walls. When you're at a camp, you're still away from home. You're still serving time. But it's not nearly as much violence. It's not, you rarely even see a fight at a camp because, again, everybody's trying to go home. Y'all rock with me, man. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Rock with me. Yeah, guys talking about, oh, man, he did his time at a camp. I did my time at camps. I did my time behind the walls. I've done my time in jails, because in Kentucky, they'll send you to a jail, county jail, and you'll do your time from the county jail, which is, to me, the hardest time to do. Can't move, can't breathe. No contact visits. Can't get out of your cell. You're stuffed in a cell, 15, 20 people. At least in the penitentiary, you can walk the yard, you can walk the loop, you can get out and go lift weights, play basketball. The pen is way, way better. None of it's any good, but it's way, way better in comparison to the county jail. Shout out to my truck drivers, man. Shout out to all the people delivering them medical supplies and just deliveries in general. Oftentimes we take their jobs that they do, that we take them for granted. They should be getting paid way more than what they get paid. They could make nice salaries, don't get me wrong, but they should get double what they getting paid, probably triple. Because if it's not for them, all the supplies, all the things that we order online and things of that nature, how's it going to get there? They got to fly it. But you got these truck drivers, you got these cargo vans, you got whatever the case may be. Shout out to you, man. I respect you if don't nobody respect you, man. Keep dropping them loads. You say, Kens, you really, really help us get our loads off, man. You know, I had this long trip, man, and I listened to a few of your videos. Next thing you know, I was there, man, and I had a big load, and you helped me get it off. So thank you, Kens. Pause. I had to pause that. I'm sorry. So when I take my time with these videos, you want me to get directly into the story. I get it, but that's not what we do. Some days I do, some days I don't. It's for the people that you know, working them 16-hour shifts, 8-hour, 12-hour shifts, what have you. You just trying to do anything you can do to be entertained and take your mind off of work and the stress that you have. Trust me, I get it. I get it. We in a cell. Now, we're not actually in a cell. We're in a 50-man unit. You got a dorm, right? You got A, B, C, D, and E. You call those bays, pods, whatever you, either or. You got 50 people in each pod. And it's kind of like it goes in a circle. Then you got the guard's tower that's in the middle. Everything is glass. You can see the guard. They can see you. I believe we was in B Bay. And we had one bed open. As I mentioned, it's 50-man pods, 50-man units, in which you have 50 bunks, 25 on the left side, 25 on the right side. You got, you have a bathroom, probably has like 5 toilets, 4 or 5 sinks, probably 4 or 5 individual showers. You have a TV on the wall. You got a couple JPay machines. JPay machines, that's just like where you communicate with your family. They can send you emails, pictures. You order your commissary. If you have any inmate or institutional mail, you can check on the JPay machine. It's just a computer on the wall, basically. You got 2 phones. Got a couple grills in the unit where you can cook your food or what have you. And that's pretty much what it is. It's in a couple microwaves. It's an army. It looks like an army barracks. Again, you got 25 bunks on the left side, 25 bunks on the right side. And so, you got these cubicles. Like office cubicles. It's basically, you call it a cube. So when you walk into your cube, you got a bunk on this side, a bunk on that side. 4-man cubes. Now, I'm trying to paint a picture so for you all that's never been locked up, you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. Respectfully. You got a wall that's about, I don't know, I want to say 4 foot maybe. And that separates each cubicle. Each cube, rather. I keep saying cubicle, each cube. So if I want to look at the, look over the wall and talk to my neighbor, hey, what's up, neighbor? I can talk to him because the wall is only 4.5 feet high. At the end of each bed, it has a stand to where if you have the money to buy you a television, you can. They're going to charge you about $250 for a 13-inch TV, but I tell you what, man. Hopefully you never have to go through prison, but if you do, and if you can buy your own TV, man, do it. Hook your headphones in, because you can't just have your TV playing. You can't have 50 TVs playing. You see what I'm saying? So you hook your headphones in or what have you, and you listen to your TV, and you just kind of get into your own zone, your own world. Everybody has a locker. Regular standard size locker, like in the gym. Actually, it's not like the gym locker. It's just a regular, I want to say the locker's probably about, I don't know, 6 foot or what have you. Everybody has their own individual locker. You got a foot locker that you can put under your bunk. There's a table to where if you need to write a letter or you can cook your food or what have you. And then you have a chair in the cube. That's what a cube consists of. One night, it's probably about 6, 7 o'clock. We chilling. Actually, it's later than that. And the reason I know, because at 6 or 7 o'clock, we on the yard. We working out, playing handball, basketball, walking the loop, whatever. It was later than that. Probably the yard shut down at about 8:30, 8:45. So it's probably about 9 o'clock, 9:15. Everybody's, getting their showers, getting their food. Because, man, people eat. You eat in the penitentiary, man. That's just what you do, man. That's how you get by. So if you got some people that's in the pen and they asking you for money and you ain't send them, man, look out for them, man, because you got to have food in the pen. Not saying that you need to, but I'm just saying it'll come back to you tenfold. Just look out for them. Need to eat in the pen. What they serve you, they give you just enough to keep you alive. Now, when I say look out when you can. Don't, you don't owe anybody anything. We're all grown adults, right? But if you can look out, you bless somebody, bless them. But nevertheless, we're in the cube doing whatever we do, cooking or whatever. They bring in an individual. Now, you always know an individual's coming in because they'll come in, they'll bring the mat. Even before you see this person, you'll know that you're getting a new bunkie, if you will. As I mentioned, 4-man cubes. It's only 3 people in the cube. I'm on the left side, on the bottom bunk. My partner, Tay, shout out to Tay. He's on the right side on the bottom bunk. Somebody's above me. My dog from Louisville, damn, I forget his name, but he was a gangster, straight gangster from Louisville, man. Little young dude, man. Ended up catching like 30 years in the feds. He probably wasn't even home 2 months, man. He slept above me. Plenty of money. Just money like it wasn't nothing, man. And then you had this bunk that was empty on top of my dog Tay. But they bring this individual in, and clearly once the individual comes in, you could tell that he wasn't a straight man. No offense to anyone. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you could tell that he wasn't a straight man. People that are not straight go to prison too. They commit crimes just as well. He comes into the cell. They move him into the unit. Everybody's laughing at us. Not everybody, but you got, 4 or 5 people. Oh man, they got the, they got the transformer in the unit with him, in the pod with him. They laughing. Ain't nothing we can do about it. We don't own the prison. We don't own any. You don't call no shots in prison. A lot of times, man, I see other prison channels, and I'm not going to call out names because I'm not going to rain on anybody's parade. And at the end of the day, I don't think anybody really cares. People want to be entertained. Like Jay Williams would say, are you not entertained? Now, that's not my thing. That's shout out to Jay Williams. Hey, your boy Jay Williams, on a side note, let's live life. He coming back with a whole lot of stories. And he will be home. He don't want anybody to know the exact date because he wants to pop up and surprise you all. But just know, Jay Williams is on his way home. What's today? October the 11th? Jay Williams will be home less than 30 days. Facts. Big facts. Free Jay Williams. Shout out to the boy Jay Williams, man. But you got individuals that'll say, man, they try to move a trans into my cell or somebody gay into my cell. And I said, no, man. Now, if you in an individual cell, maybe you can buck, depending on who's on, when I say who's on, the sergeant or the lieutenant or what have you, the powers to be. You may be able to buck, but he has to go somewhere. Now you might find yourself in a situation where, okay, you trying not to get a write-up, you trying to go home, you trying to take all the classes, keep your good conduct. So it's like, either you're going to allow this individual to move into the cell, or you're going to the hoe, and then we're going to write you up for failing to obey a direct order, some type of BS write-ups that you see in prison. Now, I have definitely seen people buck when they're going to an individual cell. Some people buck, some people don't. But when you're in a unit, when you're in a bay, when you're in a open wing, is what they call it, you can't say who comes to your pod and who can't. They bring him in. Like I said, you could just instantly tell that he wasn't a straight man. He has to take a shower. He wants to take a shower. There was a female CO on that particular night. She comes in, not really locks the whole unit down, but she allows E, aka Erica, but I refer to him as E, to go into the bathroom. Now you got individual showers now. It's not an open shower at this particular facility, or in this particular dorm. She stands there while E takes a shower. Nobody's allowed to go in the bathroom. So if you got to use the restroom, if you want to take a shower, whatever, you have to wait until E comes out of the shower. Again, E comes out of the shower, everybody's laughing, everybody's, just laughing at it. Oh, man, nah, they couldn't come to my cube. They couldn't, man, listen, bro. You ain't going to do nothing, man. What are you going to do? He ain't did nothing to you. He ain't said nothing to you. What are you going to tell the CO? Nah, he ain't coming in. Yeah, you can do that. But guess what? You're going to be the one that goes to the hoe, and they're going to ride you up out of there with a write-up. See, at a camp, you don't just go to the hoe and get out like the pen. You get into some trouble, a fight or something in the pen, they give you 15 days. As long as nobody got busted up and everybody signed, yeah, I can be back on the yard with this person. You're going to go back on the yard? No. At a camp, no. You might go to the hoe for a couple of days, pending investigation, and they shipping you off to the penitentiary, to the real pen. Now and again, don't get camps twisted, because I've seen a dude get beat probably worse than I've ever seen anybody get beat at a camp. So don't get it twisted about a camp. Jail is jail, prison is prison, man. You still away from your family, your loved ones, and you hate it. And you wake up in bad mood some days. And when you wake up in bad mood, sometimes, man, you wake up in your any man mode, man. I'm in my any man mode. That means anybody can get it. Any man mode t-shirts coming soon. Yeah, any man, but it's gonna say pause. I can't tell you all the intricacies of the merchandise that's coming, but just know that it's coming. I know it's coming on a turtle. It's coming on a turtle because I had a couple, discrepancies or what have you, but it's definitely coming. Y'all rock with me, man. We ain't in no rush. So now we're getting a whole lot of flack, they laughing or what have you. Now, it's no disrespect or anything like that. Like the people that's laughing and things of that nature, we all cool with. But you also seeing glistening eyes. You seeing, people changing their whole demeanor, their whole behavior. You know how it is when you're around a woman and your entire demeanor changes and you're polite and, hey, how you doing, man? At first, before you get around her, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm telling you, man. But then when you get, hey, how you doing? Okay, yeah. Real polite. The mannerisms just really, really change, and you see it. Everybody was, again, generally speaking, figuratively speaking, not everybody, but you had a whole lot of eyes on Erica. Again, I call Erica E. Short for Erica, E. You don't really be knowing people's full names in prison. They real names. Yeah, you got to have your ID. People wear their ID on to where you can't see it, facing their shirt. People don't want you to know their government names. E's in the cell. You can't help but, you can't help but talk to an individual. After all, again, you haven't done anything to me. E's in the cell for a few weeks or whatever. You realize, man, E's cool. He just has a sexual preference for dudes. You have a right to like what you like. He never came at us on no sideways, no anything of that nature. He was well taken care of. People on the streets was blessing him. He like white boys. The white boys was making sure E ate every night. So every time E got a money order, he would just stack his money on his books because the white boys was really, really just taking care of it. And you had black dudes that liked him too. Don't get it twisted. But I'm saying E's preference was the white boys. Why? Because the white boys, I guess, E felt as though the white boys got the most support, the most money in jail. So E was going where the money was at. E ate well, man. I'm talking about box was full, locker was full. E was so cool, man. He give you whatever, man. Or he might whip up something here, man. Everybody eat in the cell. He wasn't trying to buy anybody's friendship or anything like that. He was already popular on the yard. Let me tell you something about prison and jail. When you're a individual, you know, gay or trans, and again, no offense to anybody, you are very, very popular on the yard. You're an asset. Now, not to everybody, not to a straight individual like myself and my dog Tay and my dog that slept above me. You know what I'm saying? And most people. See, Fleece Johnson, shout out to Fleece Johnson, Hustle Spirit 502, featuring Big Lee. But Fleece tells stories about how it was at Eddyville in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, which Eddyville's a maximum security penitentiary, home of death row. Dudes is never, ever going home. So the life that they were living, maybe then, it's not like that now. He said probably 90% of the yard was zesty. No, that's not nowhere near true as far as now, as far as the yards I've been on. Never been to Eddyville, so I can't say. You got some that's with it, but the majority, man, they not with that, man. You can do business, you can talk to an individual, but that don't mean that you on the zest train. That don't mean that you swing that way. It just means, man, people are people, man. And you around the individual, you're going to talk to them. You're going to interact with them. And if you don't, sometimes, not all the times, but perhaps, people are kind of looking at you sideways like, why does he have a problem with this? He ain't did nothing to nobody. But you got a problem with E, and E ain't never did nothing but show love. I never will forget. E gets out of the shower one evening. At this particular time, they're not blocking the bathrooms off, what have you, every time E has to take a shower, because there was just this one CO that would do that. Well, they rotate shifts, or they rotate dorms, so she may work the dorm 2 or 3 days in a row, then you don't see her for a week. Everybody didn't do it. COs ain't got time to be coming in there, standing in no bathroom, waiting on nobody, you know. Individual showers. We can see through you can see everybody. You can't see them in the shower because you got curtains, but you can see into the restroom. Everybody's safe. He comes out of the shower. Got a gray shirt on, cut off gray shirt, and got these tight like biker shorts on. And they're gray. See, in the pen, you gotta wear in Kentucky anyway, everything that you wear is pretty much gray. Gray and white. Your t-shirts are going to be white. You might have a gray t-shirt, but typically your shorts are going to be gray. E comes out of the bathroom with this little bitty shirt on that's coming like just, I don't know, a couple inches above the belly button. And with these tight biker type shorts on. Not actually biker shorts, but they're tight like biker shorts. Dudes is laughing like a mug. They laughing. It's count time. It's the last count time. I think 10:30. Count time. They do count throughout the night, but the last time that you have to actually stand up and hold your ID up is like 10 o'clock. Something like that. He's up in his bunk. He gets out of the bunk. He got these little bitty shorts on, man. When they do count, you got to stand in front of your bunk. So it's a row of people on the left side, a row of people on the right side, and you just standing side by side with your ID up like this. Man, dudes is laughing, they clowning. But they clowning us as though we can help it. Again, you can't tell them people where they're going to put somebody at. Because they move them out of your cube, guess what? They're going to just move them into somebody else's cube. We didn't have cells. They clowned us. We got clowned, man. I even laughed. I'm like, come on, E, man. But E had gotten cool. At this point, E was, E did what E did. So one night we sitting in the cube. It's probably, I don't know, it's late, lights out. They turn the lights out right after they do the last count, 10 o'clock count, I believe. They clear a count, make sure everybody's where they supposed to be, turn the lights out. It's never really dark in the penitentiary. Now at camp, it'll get darker, but typically in the joint, man, like, it's never gonna just be pitch black, pitch dark. Not in Kentucky anyway. I haven't seen it. Some county jails, a lot of county jails, your lights never go out. 24 hours a day, and lights stay on. We all sitting there, we eating. Whip your food up. You can buy whatever you want to buy pretty much in prison, for the most part. Anything you can buy at the grocery store, pretty much they have it at the commissary. Again, for the most part. You can't go to the commissary and buy a batch of greens and clean them in the sink or anything like that, but they got the Glory canned greens. They got potatoes you can buy, baked potatoes, tomatoes, you can fix your salad. Whatever the case may be, you can buy a lot of things. And so you're going to smell this aromas in the air at night. And you smelling just oh man, dudes in the pen, they got the most talent. They can cook. You got dudes making candy. I learned how to make candy, cakes, pies. Man, send your people some money if they in the pen, man. Send them because they need it. Otherwise, you waiting until 5:15 in the morning to eat that nasty food, the grits with cheese in them, and it's just gross, yuck. But nevertheless, rock with me. Somebody ends up asking, because you would have other people come into the cube too. They bring their chair. We all just sitting around, we chopping it up, we eating, we just killing, chilling. I said killing, chilling. Mind me not. E tells a story of how he got in there. E said that he was on Craigslist. I think everybody's familiar with Craigslist. Now, mind you, this was years ago. They have a section on Craigslist, from my understanding, where you can meet people. They came up with a little scheme. They would meet dudes on there, hook up with them, and basically, I don't necessarily want to say it's a scheme. Basically, they were prostituting themselves on Craigslist. Sometimes they would get in situations where the dude would pass out, fall asleep, they take his wallet, credit card, or whatever, they gone. That's what they were doing. I don't condone any of this behavior. I had no parts of this behavior. I don't know E other than being in the cube with E in prison. But this is a story that E was giving. And plus, I'm going to keep it all the way 100. I know people that's done that. Get dudes in a room and, get them passed out or whatever, and they take their American Express card. I done seen that before. Heard of it before, rather. Well, that's what E, and he had another individual that, rock with him or whatever, that lived the same lifestyle, if you will, that he lived. And that's what they would do. Ran across this one individual, the pastor. This was a lick. This was a score that they could only dream of. This individual was a real live pastor at a church, the head pastor over the entire church, and it was a large church. It wasn't just a church that was struggling to make it and had 60, 70 members. No, this was a large, well-known church. This dude was on Craigslist. Married, 4 or 5 kids, family, been married for years. Pillar in the community. Dude was on Craigslist. Now, he wasn't just on Craigslist with his identity, it was concealed. He was discreet, if you will, about the situation. But nevertheless, he's on Craigslist. Now, this is all according to E. This is the story that E told. I was not there, nor did I wish to be there. We vibing. We all kicking it in the queue. E cool with us. He cool with us. I ain't got no problem with E because of his lifestyle. E never tried us. He never said anything. Once again. Matter of fact, shout out to E. Shout out to E. E's telling us the situation. He done hooked up with this preacher. We don't just call him the preacher. The pastor. She done hooked up with this pastor 4 or 5 times. It's getting to the point to where the pastor is just hitting E up on a regular basis. Like, I need to see you. Now, let me paint the picture for you for E. E probably couldn't have weighed no more than 140 pounds. Slender. A little bit darker than me. Not dark, but a little bit darker than me. I'll check out the thumbnail. It's not actually E, but it's very similar. Hair came down to probably his shoulders. Like I said, slender build. I don't know how tall. E wasn't really that tall. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how tall E was. If I had to guess, E was 5'11". E was probably about 5'11", if I had to guess. After a while, the little money that the pastor was giving E would just, look, man, you calling me a whole lot. You giving me $100 and we having sessions and we in here. So they devised a scheme, a scam, a plot, a plan. Listen, man, I got this pastor, right? Dude got some money. I'm talking about real money. He's done his homework. See, you got social media now. You can look people up. You know their names. You can. Now, he's not going to use his real name. But the fool had his real phone. He had his real phone. Like a phone, it was a second line phone, according to E, but it was registered to him. So there's a thing called reverse lookup. You type in the number. Magically, the pastor pops up. And he searched social media to see who's, see which platform he's on. Oh, this dude, whole profile comes up. Family, kids, wife, uncles, aunts, friends. Everybody pops up. He realizes he done hit a gold mine, if played right. This dude has a mega church. That's not like a Joe Osteen or Creflo Dollar or, Joel Osteen. It's not a church of that magnitude, but it's still a major church. T.D. Jakes, anything of that nature. And you want to give me $100, $150 every time I see you? But I'm going to play it cool. Y'all see where I'm going with this? I'm going to play it cool, man. They devise a plan. They meet up. They would always meet up like in hotel rooms. He'd take care of the hotel room or what have you. They planted cameras. Now, come on, kids. How they plant cameras? What do you mean, how do they plant cameras? It's not hard to go and buy a $30 camera. 3 or 4 $30 cameras and plant them, and he's not going to know. The comfort level is already high enough. You already been kicking it with this, with this individual several times. So the level of comfortability is way up. Nothing can stop me. We all the way up. That was all the way up. Starts to record their endeavors. Their every time that they meet up, man, it's on film. It goes directly to the phone, however, whatever program or whatever app that they had, or what, if you will. All of these things is on film. It's on camera. Time goes past. Several different, kind of like the P. Diddy. He's the freak offs before the P. Diddy situation. Well, actually, the freak offs with P. Diddy was probably going on at this particular time, but obviously it hadn't been exposed. They're having their own freak offs. He brings the other individual that I was telling you about a couple times, and they doing the most. When I say the other individual, don't remember his name, but the same individual that practiced the same lifestyle as E. But he got to the point to where it seemed as though, according to E, he was really, really the pastor was in love. I won't necessarily say in love, but infatuated with E. E's going for the major score, the major lick. Forget this $100, man. I need 150 bands. I need 150 bands, you heard me? 150,000, man, for you all that don't know what bands means. I got everything that I need. Everything that I possibly could use to, don't necessarily want to say extort, but to encourage you. Hey, I need this 150,000. I know you got it. I know you got it. I know everything about you. Far from broke. Not only are you the pastor of a major church, come to find out that at like 3 or 4 different jails in the area or the surrounding areas, if you will, you're the chaplain. 3, 4, 5, 6 different jails, you're the chaplain. So you getting money from the police? Yeah, the chaplain of the police department. So you getting money from that? And you getting money from your church? Oh, you got plenty of dough. But you want to be realistic. You don't want to, you can't go in there and ask for half a meal. So, you want to be realistic, a figure that everybody can handle, to say the least. Particular day, he hits the pastor with the whole, listen, man, I feel as though I'm in love with you. After all, I've seen you 15, 20 times at this point, and we're, the visits used to be 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Now, we spending hours together, 2 or 3 hours, sometimes longer. I've spent the night with you a couple times. I'm falling for you. It's all a plot. I'm falling for you. I know it wasn't supposed to be this way, but it is. How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. I've tried that love thing for the last time. Y'all Google Deborah Cox if you're not familiar. It's a song basically talking about, you with an individual, and it was supposed to just be on some friendship type, kick it or whatever. Next thing you know, you in love with the individual. How did you get here? You wasn't supposed to be here. She's playing the pastor like this. Oh, we can't do that. But no, I love you, man. I'm ready to come out with this. We need to start going out on dates and, going out to eat and being seen together. I understand that you have this and you have your wife, but I love you. I love you. And I need to be with you. It's all a plot. It's all a plan. Now the pastor, he's starting to get really, really, distant, if you will. He's not calling, not responding to calls, text messages, if you will. That's when the we're gonna just call it love, started to get even stronger. Listen, I understand your feelings got involved, but listen, I got a family, I got a church, I got a community, what's it gonna take to make us this whole little situation disappear? Oh, so you think you can just buy my feelings? You think you just buy me? You can just buy my feelings? Like my feelings don't count. Yeah, but it wasn't ever supposed to be that. It was just supposed to be a little encounter. Yes, but it was supposed to be 1 or 2 encounters, but I've seen you 20, 30 times. That's how he's talking. Respectfully. Start to negotiate numbers. The pastor wants to give E $3,000-$4,000 and make it go away. 3 or 4,000. 3 or 4,000. No. It's not gonna be 3 or 4,000. They don't talk for a while. Now, when I say for a while, it's maybe a week, because the pastor, he had to, every couple days, he had to, see E, according to E. He didn't want to get hit with an extortion charge, so he would allow the pastor to offer, but he was putting that pressure on. So essentially, he was extorting him, but he wasn't coming right out saying, listen, if you don't give me this, I'm going to go public. But he would say stuff like, okay, well, I tell you, I'm going to just show up to your church Sunday. Sunday school, afternoon service, evenings, I'm going to just show up. No. I tell you what, I need 150 bands then. You want to make me go away? Because I'm going to have to move away from you because I'm in love with you. Okay, I'm going to have to move to I'm going to have to get a whole fresh new start, new beginning. I need 150,000. 150,000? Are you crazy? I'm not giving you 150,000. Man, I need 150,000. Tyler, you're crazy. I'm never going to give you 150,000. Get a text message. Now you get a text. It's a small clip. 30, 40-second clip. The pastor opens it and he's looking at the text message. But it's not a normal text message. It's a video. Yeah, it's a video. He looks, son of a gun. You've been recording us? Yeah, I've been recording us. Because I love you. The pastor realized he's been taken. He's been took. Not every single time, but several different times, they've been recorded. Unbeknownst to him, he had cameras in the hotel rooms that were being recorded. They were being recorded without his permission. There's no way these videos can get out. That's why I said this was the freak off before the freak off was really, really, brought to light. The pastor had his own freak off. Imagine what the thumbnail's gonna look like. I don't know, because I haven't made it yet. 150 bands, man. 150,000 to make me go away. But really, you saying 150,000, or I'm gonna, expose you. But the language, you being very, very careful as far as what you're saying and how you're saying it. After a few times of saying no, the pastor, he agrees to it. 150,000. This makes it all go away. They set up a time, place, drop spot. It's a park. Softball games going on. It's a park that has like 3 or 4 different baseball, softball fields. So it's it's one of those situations to where it's a public place. It's people everywhere. I want this dropped, 150 bands. I want it in a black trash bag. And I want to put in this particular area, this particular spot. He was very smart. He was far from a dummy. He wasn't at the park when the drop was made, but he was very, very close by. To the point to where he had binoculars. He was close by, but he just wasn't like at the park per se. He had a couple cousins. We had one person that was cool with him, very, very cool, that was like close to the family, and the other individual was a cousin. They were there, softball game, spectators. There was people around. The park was full. It was a certain time that the drop was supposed to be made. The pastor agrees to it. They see this individual walking with this black trash bag. It's, you know, not a big bag. It's not like he's carrying it over his shoulder or anything, but it's tied up or what have you. They got the earpieces in. They're talking to each other, what have you. Hey, dude's coming now, man. He's making a drop. Whatever area, whatever place that it was supposed to be strategically dropped at, he just made the drop. Okay. I think they told him put it like in a trash can or something like that. To where, you know, you're not going to just put that type of money or you're not going to just make it obvious and just leave it anywhere. It was like in a dumpster or something like that. They had like, you know, at the park, they got like these dumpsters. No, we better go get it. Ho, ho, ho. Y'all chill out. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Just chill. Where did the dude go? The dude got in the car, man, and drove off. Just chill out. Everybody's excited. Everybody's thinking it's going to be $150,000. Now, the two individuals that was going to pick the drop up, they were due to make $10,000 apiece. He was going to keep the rest. Waiting, playing the waiting game. Allowing the park to kind of clear out. As I mentioned, E was close by. He got the binoculars. He's looking. Doesn't really see anything that's alarming. But at the same time, it just seems a little bit too good to be true. Too easily done. You know, 150 bands. Person just gonna walk in a black trash bag and just drop this off in the park and there's no resistance. There's no... He's talking to, you know, the cousin through the headset. You know, the earbuds or whatever. The earpiece. Walk over there by the dumpster. Don't get in the dumpster. Don't do anything. Just walk over there by the dumpster. Act like you got to throw something away or you got to use the restroom or, you know, something like that. Even though parks clearly have restrooms. Walks over there. Comes back. He positions himself to get a little bit closer. He's like, something ain't right. He said, I see maybe about 5 or 6 dudes. I see about 5 or 6 dudes and they kind of like just hanging out. Yeah, I mean, like they're just kind of just there. There was a porch that was behind this park. And it was 5 or 6 people just kind of chilling on the porch. And something just didn't look right to E. E's like, nah, man, abort mission. What do you mean abort mission is $150,000, man? Abort mission, man. I'm telling you, this is a setup. Something is not right. This was too easy. I'm seeing these people and there's something we can come back later on. It's thrown in a dumpster, so it's not like the trash man is coming, but right now it's not the time. Nah, man, I'm telling you, let's get this money, man. We already here. So they wait another couple hours. Park starts to clear out. E says, maybe I'm tripping. And again, all of this is according to E. I have nothing to do with this. I have no knowledge of anything of this magnitude other than E telling us the story. Hour and a half, 2 hours passes. Park starts to clear out. It's dark, but they got the lights, you know, the bright lights at the parks. Softball parks. E got the binoculars. Walk back over there. Act like you gotta use your restroom again. The same 4, 5, 6 dudes that was on the porch that was within range, like it wasn't that far. It was far, but it wasn't that far. Was still there. Do not do it, man. It's a setup. This is a setup. They trying to set us up, man. They trying to get us. The cousin's like, man, you tripping, man. Ain't nobody, everybody's leaving the park. Listen, man, there's dudes over on the porch. Man, they been there, man. They just drinking beer. They hanging out. They chilling. They do not do that. Abort mission. We'll come back at, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. If they not there, then we'll check the dumpster or whatever. Right now, no. Do not do it. What does the cousin do? It was about 15, 20 minutes later, according to E. He went back, was talking to the other individual. Hey, look, bro. Niggas, money over here. Let's go get this bread. The other dude was like, nah, man. Listen to E, man. Don't do it, man. Don't fool with that dumpster, man. Let's go, man. Let's just go. We can always come back. Let's go, man. Our freedom is way more important than this. Let's go. Cousin he wasn't trying to hear nothing. He goes over. The other dude, he dips. He gone. He bounces. He's gone. As soon as he goes in that dumpster, grabs that bag out of there, maybe takes, 4 or 5 steps, man. Man, them people was surrounded him. Just as E had said, it was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. Tackle him, take the bag or whatever, take him into custody. He's not going to jail. He's going straight to interrogation. Guess what he does? Sings like a bird. Sings like a canary. He tells it all. Once he tells it all, he's on the run. E is on the run. E has contacted the pastor a couple times. You do me this way? This is what you do me? Your whole congregation's gonna know about this. They all gonna see the video. The pastor ends up sending E some money a couple times. Western Union. E's on the run. But it's Western Union to where you only have to show your ID if it's over a certain amount of money through Western Union at this time anyway. He knows it's a risk, but he don't have any money at this particular time. He was a booster. He would steal stuff and stuff, but now he can't be in his own town, his own city. He's gone. He never really had intentions on exposing the pastor, if you will. After about the second time, the pastor tells E, listen, this is never going to stop. You've ruined my life. I've already had to expose. He's not taking accountability for what he's done, cheating on his wife and being a pillar in the community and the church and things of that nature. You've ruined me already. Go ahead and do what you need to do. I'm about to just take my own self out, man. I've committed so many sins and he's thinking all the messages, all the interactions. My cousin's already told on me. They're going to blame me for this. He somehow tries to, smooth it over. The pastor feels as though you're going to continue to just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. I committed a sin. I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. My congregation, I can't face my kids. I can't face my family. I can't face any of this. You upload these videos. He had real life videos. He didn't want that smoke. He didn't want that drama, according to E. He's a dummy phone, stowaway phones. You can go to Walmart and get a phone and put it in, make up a name and get the phone activated. But at the same time, he know that he's in trouble, but he feels as though, shoot, this is my word against yours. You can't, I don't know nothing. I wasn't there. They caught you. I don't know what you talking about. I ain't never called this dude, talked to this dude with my own phone or what have you. I know that the pastor really doesn't want to, he doesn't really want to expose himself. So he plays it cool. Think about being on the run, man. You need money. You need money just in general. In life, you need money. He was on the run. Ended up getting caught up stealing in a store. They had a warrant for him. In addition to him being caught up stealing in the store, got a warrant for extortion, whatever charges that he was charged with. Because, like I said, the cousin talked and talked and talked. They didn't really have a whole lot of evidence on E for real. But E knew he was burnt. Dude could come to court and testify against him. When I say dude, meaning the pastor. So now you have a prominent figure in the community. And you have the little snitch cousin. The other dude, friend of the family, he ain't say a word. I don't know nothing, man. I need a lawyer. Never gave a statement. I need a lawyer. I don't know what you know. But obviously he got arrested because the snitch cousin Told on everybody. He ended up taking a plea deal for 10 years. A regular 10 years. Very, very fortunate the feds didn't step in. But see, the feds is not going to step in unless it's something that solidifies, it's solid. It's a case to where you know, okay, open and shut, if you will. We got this individual. It was a whole lot of he say, she say. It wasn't really, because you got to keep in mind, he had the tapes. He had the videos. Now, the videos got exposed, but the videos never got exposed. The pastor, a couple people knew about it. People in his, his workforce, but, police protect police, right? Because if you're a pastor for the police department, you're part of the police. If you're the chaplain, so they're going to protect each other. It never got out, not to my knowledge. He got 10 years. The other friend of the family, he got like 3 years. And the individual that set the whole thing up, he got like time served with a misdemeanor or, probation, something like that. Wow, it's a heck of a story, man. It just pays to just do right. They were both wrong. The pastor was wrong. But it just goes to show everybody's jumping on P. Diddy saying he did this, he did that. Some of the stuff he probably did. A lot of the stuff he probably didn't do. Some of the stuff he probably did do. About that money, about that dollar, people going to say anything and do anything to get that money, man. You had an individual that she told, I'm sorry, let's rewind that. Manual rewind. E told her cousin, or told his cousin, rather. Let's rewind again. E told his cousin, leave that alone, we'll come back later. Something's not right. But for the love of money, gotta get that money, man. That money trumped everything. And he was willing to risk every and any single thing, including his freedom, to get that bread. Be mindful, man. Do the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. And if you are going to do something, if you just insist on upon doing the wrong thing, man, trust nobody but yourself, man. Because money, the love of money is the root of all evil. E continued to be in our cell, or our cube rather, maybe a couple more weeks. Then they ended up moving E to another dorm, not another dorm, but another bay, in which he ended up getting into it with an individual that he was messing with. I told you all the story about him. He was the barber. He ended up messing with him and it exposed him, and the barber ended up getting moved to another dorm, and they tried to do it that way, but it was a whole lot of, love quarrels, if you will, going on. Think I better let it go. Oh, hey, whoa. It looks like another love TKO. Now, when I say that, meaning that they ended up moving E to an entirely different penitentiary because the two of them couldn't get along, and it was just administrative transfer. Nobody had a write-up or anything of that magnitude. But these are some of the things that go on in the penitentiary, man. They go on in real life. But these are some of the true stories that go on in the penitentiary. Again, I don't knock anybody's hustle. But just understand that at Real Kens TV, every story we tell is legitimate, man. I ain't making up no stories, man. That's why sometimes I can't always tell a prison story. There's only so many prison stories you can tell. It's only so many truthful stories that you can truly, truly tell. Dudes talking about, I had this cellmate, I had that cellmate, I knocked this dude out, I knocked that dude out, I did this, I did that, I never took a loss, but stop it. Stop it. I don't care how long. Stop it. Stop it. There's only so many truthful stories that you can truly, truly tell, man. Hopefully you all liked the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Definitely hit that like button. You know what I mean? Comment. Let me know what you think. Although you should have been commenting throughout the video, because I try to make everybody a part of my video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. For whatever reason, post notifications, or the notification rather haven't been going out. People haven't been, receiving the notifications. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I just don't. But nevertheless, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to drop a video every day. If it's not every day, I may miss a day, but guess what? 5-6 videos a week is on deck. Real Kens TV, man.